literally look like I have the biggest egghead right now, but you know what? We're just gonna rock with it. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. I thought I would switch up my videos. So instead of doing a vlog, I thought we'd do like a little sit down chit chat because I feel like I haven't done this in a while, and I was thinking of doing a get ready with me, but then I was like, you know what? I just need something that doesn't have any distractions, because one thing about me is that I struggle to talk whilst I'm doing things. So I was like, you know what, let me just do a casual sit down and chat. And I've noticed a lot of people like my chit chat videos, which is so funny because I feel, I don't know if it's just like a me thing, but I like to watch people do things and not talk 24/7. But yeah, if that's one thing I've learned in life, is that people around me are yappers. So my dad's a yapper, my sister's a yapper. So I'm naturally a listener, and then when I watch like vlogs and stuff like that, I like to watch people do things because I am a listener in every other aspect of my life. So I'm not really much of a yapper, I've noticed. The only time that I do yap is on my YouTube channel and when I'm doing my vlogs. Like, this is like my outlet to talk. It's a good thing. So I'm glad that like people do like my chatty vlogs, but it is a bit funny now and then when I think about it, because yeah, I just feel like my whole entire life I haven't been able to be a yapper or be one to talk because everyone else around me is just louder than me. So but anyways, I decided to do this video just to kind of give you guys like a bit more tea, a bit more like what's going on with me, you know, in that sort of aspect. But to be fair, like nothing's really happening with me at the moment. My plans are more for the future, what's happening. But I thought I could share, I'm actually going to share one of the bigger news, basically, not, I wouldn't say announcements, yeah, definitely one of the bigger news items towards the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I thought I would give an overall update on like what's going on in my life, and yeah, so probably start off with what's currently happening. And to be honest, nothing much is happening. Like, I've just been chilling, I've been relaxing, I've been in routine for a little while now, and you probably could tell even in my vlogging, like I have been posting quite regularly and I've been trying to do like my weekly uploads. So that was kind of the goal for 2026, as I mentioned, like I think in my first vlog of this year, that I really wanted to get back into YouTube and vlogging. But there is a reason for that, and it makes me really, like, I didn't want to say this out loud because I just feel a bit sad about it, but yeah, so the reason why I am going a bit hard with the vlogs this year is because I'm just not sure if I want to continue on YouTube anymore. Basically, if I want to continue with content anymore, which yeah, makes me so sad when I say it out loud. There's obviously a reason as to why. So obviously, you know, my channel, my YouTube channel, and even my content before, like I started my YouTube channel when I was in a relationship, and obviously that relationship ended. But I felt like a lot of my content was centered around my previous relationship, and I just don't know how I feel about that. Like, and it makes me genuinely sad because I originally wanted to start my YouTube channel back in 2017 when I was 20. I remember me and my best friend, we went to a Macca's. We went into a Macca's in like a new area, which is so funny now when I think about it, because I went to the same Macca's that in the area, well, basically across the road of the house that I lived in the year after when I rented out. So it's crazy to think like how that happened. But anyways, we went to like a Macca's and we just sat there and we talked, and we both were like, we're gonna start a YouTube channel, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And we just had like all these like little hopes and dreams, and boy, did our lives go in different directions. Like literally like 2 years after that, my best friend, she got pregnant and she had her first child, and yeah, now she's had her second child and she's engaged. And yeah, and then with me, like I just completely put my YouTube channel and my content to the side, and I just never pursued it until I think when I was 25. So like back in 2022, yeah, 2022, I was like, no, like it kind of stemmed in 2021. I remember that being my big realization year. Like when I turned 24, I was like, no, like I don't want to look back on my life and be like, oh my gosh, I didn't do what I wanted to do. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for it, you know. And back then I had like zero support. Like no one encouraged me to create a YouTube channel. Like even my ex-boyfriend, like he wasn't really supportive of me having a YouTube channel. He was actually really embarrassed of me having a YouTube channel now when I look back on it in hindsight. Yeah, I just didn't have any support when I started off my YouTube channel. And still now, like I don't really have support. Like the people that have been supportive of my YouTube channel are the people that I least expected. Like least expected. Like can I tell you, the people that I thought would be the hardest in my corner, like the people closest to me, were like non-existent. Like the people that were fully going for me were like kind of like further out friends that like I don't really speak to often, and they were like, oh my god, love your YouTube channel, like, you know, and they were like reposting my first video, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so nice, because like yeah, I never got much support. So yeah, so in a weird way, you know, vlogging now, I did get a lot of like my subscribers, and a lot of my engagement came from like the rugby community, and also like, you know, like they were people that knew like me and my relationship. Like my relationship was like a big thing in my vlogs, especially like that year when I was traveling a lot to Sydney. All those videos are gone now, by the way, so just in case you're like trying to like look at my previous videos. But yeah, I just noticed that even now when I vlog, in a weird way it takes me back to that, and it kind of reminds me of my past life, and I just don't like that feeling. And I also just feel like I've grown up. Like I've grown very much into like a woman now. And I think because I'm turning 30 next year, I just feel like there's a lot of changes going on with me. And I'm just not sure if I love content as much as I once did. It is a bit like bittersweet, but yeah, a part of me was just like, you know what? I'm gonna give myself 2026. I'm gonna go real hard with the content and post as much as I can, and just see if I can now relate my YouTube channel to the new version of me and not relate it to the old version of me. And just see if I can make it into something new and make it into something that is me. Because when I think about it now, looking at my last couple of videos, I just know from my last videos alone, 2017 Dakota would be so proud. Like, she'd be like, oh my god, we're doing this, like, this is sick. So yeah, I'm giving myself a year to continue doing it and to see if it's something that I want to continue on, and then after the year I'll then decide. But I wanted to give it my all before I decide that. Like before I finally call it quits, like let me just see if I like it and if I want to continue it. Because I do love content, I really do. And I love sharing, and I love editing, I love all that side of things. And that's what makes me sad, because originally I didn't want to be in front of the camera, I wanted to be behind it. And in all honesty, the perfect person to be in front of the camera would have been my sister. Not videos though. Lara's really good at photos, but videos is not her strong suit, but I feel like we could have trained her. We could have gotten her like up to speed, you know? But it would have been great if I had someone that could have done the in front of camera things so that I could do the editing and like all the other fun stuff. That being said, putting myself in front of the camera has put me out of my comfort zone. And one thing I've realized now is that like, in a weird way, being in front of the camera gives me more control as well when I'm editing. Yeah, in an ideal world, that would have been more my profession. Yeah, so I didn't really have anyone around me that's into content. And that's also another thing why it's been really hard for me, because I just don't have that support. Like I don't have people around me that are into content. Actually, majority of my 3 friends, they're not comfortable in front of a camera. So even pulling out my camera, I get a bit shy. It is what it is. Like, you know, it's just something that I have to work on. And yeah, so I'm giving myself a year. Another thing that I am thinking of doing as well is I think I'm gonna go to uni. That's such a scary thing to say. Yeah, so for those that don't know, I do have a corporate 9-to-5 job, and I love my 9-to-5 job. Like in all honesty, like I love my job. Like it's amazing. Yeah, it's really great. And I kind of want to pursue more in my field of work. But my field of work can also sort of tie into the content world. So what I was thinking was going back to uni and just getting a few qualifications in certain areas. And I just thought, you know, like, why not? Because I've never been to uni, and I think now that I'm getting a bit older, I do sort of miss that. I kind of am a little bit sad that I missed out on that. A lot of people looking at me like I'm crazy, but it's different going to uni when you're a mature adult than when you're in your early 20s. And also I do have work experience, and I have a lot of work experience. So that also ties in with going into uni. But yeah, so I feel like I'm looking at it from like a mature adult perspective, but I understand a lot of people are like, uni's the worst, you know, but I think I'm just at a point in my life where like I actually want to study, and I know the field of work that I'm in, and I want to study further in that. So yeah, I am looking at starting uni possibly next year, which is really nerve-wracking, but I feel like it's gonna be fun. But yeah, that's just another thing that I've been thinking about. Another thing that I've also been thinking about, and back to the topic of like doing YouTube for a year, there is another thing that I'm thinking about trialing out for another year and then possibly throwing in the towel. And this one's a big one. But it's basically my curly hair. So, I'm getting emotional, wow. So pretty much like last year, even back in 2024, I noticed that my curly hair pattern was changing and my curls were starting to drop and loosen. And at first I was just like, oh, my hair's just changing, like whatever. But I've noticed now that my hair's changed quite a lot. And I've discovered now that it actually is due to hormones. Yeah, apparently as you get older, your hormones change. So yeah, my hormones changed, and I guess it is just part of life. Like, you know, as you get older, like, you know, your hair changes and all of that. But I think my hair thinning and my curl pattern changing really like rocked my confidence, and it rocked my identity a little bit because I was so used to having long, curly, big hair that it was like me, like that was my personality. And for the longest time, like I embraced that, because obviously growing up, having curly hair and being the only person in my family that has curly hair, I always felt like I didn't fit in, and that I was like kind of like the black sheep of the family. And so like all of my teenagehood, I straightened my hair. I hated my hair. I damaged my hair so much just to make it straight and to kind of fit in and to be pretty. Because obviously back then I didn't think that I was pretty with my hair curly. And also back then I didn't really know that I had curly hair because I brushed it and I didn't have anyone to help me. Like no one knew how to do curly hair in my family because my mum has bone straight hair. Yeah, I'd probably say when I was 19, I decided that I was tired of straightening my hair, and I was like, you know what, like, let me see like what I can do. And that's kind of when my love for YouTube really started to kick in, because I was watching a lot of curly hair tutorials through YouTube, and I remember being like, oh my gosh, like these girls are all like me, like they all have curly hair and this is how they manage it. And from then I went on my natural hair journey. It took me about a year, I'd probably say, and that year was so rough. Like when you're starting from like, and that's why I feel so bad for girls that are just starting their curly hair journey, because that first year is rough. Like you really have to like dig deep and love yourself, because your hair is in all states of distress until it starts forming its curl pattern. I went on a journey, and yeah, my hair just thrived, and like it got to a point, I think when I was like, maybe when I was 21, I was fully in love with my natural hair, and I never ever wanted to straighten it. I loved rocking it, and it just became like, I don't know, like I just became like pro natural hair and just loved it, you know? And I'm kind of glad that I went through that in my 20s, and for my entire 20s, I embraced my natural hair and I rocked it. But it also is really sad now that I'm 29 and I look back on those videos of what my hair used to look like, and just how my hair's kind of going wavy now. Like my hair's not even forming like a proper curl. And it does make me sad. Like I'm trying my hardest to like embrace it, and that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a year to really like test out every single tutorial that I can every single hairstyle that I can, and I'm sort of documenting it on TikTok as well as YouTube Shorts. Like that's my two platforms that I'm really kind of like engaging in with curly hair, because I want to give it one last really good try to embrace this new curl pattern and essentially like my new hair to see if I can fall in love with it, and also see if I can get my hair as healthy as I possibly can. My hair is extremely healthy, by the way. Like it's probably healthier than most people, and every single time I go to the hairdresser or anywhere else, like they always tell me like, your hair is so healthy. I don't see it. Like no one can see the hair thinning, no one can see the curl pattern change. But if you really know me and you knew what my hair looked like in the past, you can see it. I can see it, I can feel it. Like I can feel my scalp. Like I never used to be able to feel that before, and like I can just tell, like I know my hair. But also I think it was like last year, I love my, and that's the thing, like I love my natural hair. I love curly hair, like absolutely love curly hair. But I was kind of craving having my hair more straight. And I also just think that, I don't know, I'm a big believer in decades. So like one decade you're doing this, one decade you're doing that, kind of changing your style every decade, or just changing small things every decade. And I don't know, I just feel like my curly hair was like a big emphasis on my 20s. But now that I'm heading in my 30s, you know, I am sort of looking at things that are a bit more convenient for me. And curly hair does take up a lot of time, like to manage, to look after. There's a lot of things that you can't do with curly hair. Like I can't put excessive heat on it. I can't style it certain ways. Like a lot of the times I have to wear my hair down with the middle part because that's what my hair prefers. Like I kind of just go with however my hair looks on the day, and I can't really do much variety with like curly hair. I don't know, I've just noticed that maybe more so now because my hair's going through this weird change. I've been craving having my hair straight a bit more and more and more each day. It's hard for me to be like a natural straight because I would just have to fry my hair essentially to get it to stay straight. In my head, I was like, instead of damaging my hair even further by trying to be a natural straight and heat training, I would rather just get a nanoplasty and just go fully straight. So I've done my research, and nanoplasty seems to be the healthiest option for curly hair girls that want to get rid of their curls and go straight. And I've just been thinking about it a lot, like thinking about doing it, but I'm just in that limbo at the moment where I'm like, do I really want to give up my curly hair and go straight? You know, like I really want to make sure I'm making the right decision. So that's why I'm like, no, I'm going to go hard with my curly hair. I'm going to see if like I can try and get my thickness back at least, because I think I can rock with the wavy pattern. I think I can rock with it. So I'm essentially giving myself a year to get my hair back on track and to see if I can work with it, or if I learn to love it. You know, I'm just gonna go all out with my curly hair this year. And then at the end of the year, if I still feel like it's not working for me and I want a change, I'm gonna decide then if I'm gonna go through with a nanoplasty, which is crazy to think about. I think also deep down, I do just want a change. Like I have changed a lot in these last few years, and I've only realized it recently how much I've changed, because I actually watched some of my videos the other day and I realized now like I am not the same person that I once was. And it's kind of funny because it happened gradually, the change. But yeah, like I am a complete different person now. And I don't know, sometimes I look at my curly hair and I'm like, that, like I just look at it and I'm like, oh, that was so my 20s, you know, like discovering who I was and like finding myself and my identity, and like that was my image for like that time. But I do feel like now that I'm heading into a new decade, heading into my 30s, I am sort of looking at it and I'm like, I want that change. Like I don't know, I just feel like I need something to suit the new version of me. I do feel like the new version of me would love a nice silk press. Like, like who am I kidding? But yeah, I don't know, for some reason straight hair's just speaking to me, but I just want to make sure it's not a phase and that I'm definitely ready for that next chapter. Another thing that I thought I would update you guys on is my dating life. So mainly like, here's the thing. So last year I was dealing with a lot of anxiety, so I didn't really like, I tried like the dating apps and stuff like that, and I didn't really like it. It was just a nightmare. But this year, 2026, Holy hecka, did that come in hot with men. I was just not expecting this year to be the year for this. Yeah, so I have been on a few dates now, and I can just confirm that like being single is probably where I'm gonna stay at, because these men out here are crazy. Men are crazy and they're scary. Like, I just, yeah. Anyways, if there's one thing I can do now, is pick out a red flag. Like, I can spot a red flag from a mile away. Now that I'm a bit older, I'm just like not entertaining it. Like, as soon as I see something that I don't like, I'm like, no, you're not the one for me. I just politely decline. But that being said, there is a person, there is someone that's sort of lingering. Yeah, so there is someone new. Yeah, I'm exploring new relationships. So yeah, it's been fun dating and like meeting new people. I've been single now for like 2 years and I've honestly just been loving it. Like, yeah, I kind of just want to enjoy these last couple of years of my 20s single, because I never got to enjoy it fully when I was younger. Obviously, I am going to therapy, and I still see a therapist just for like normal things. Like, I originally went for my breakup, but I've just continued going to therapy because it's just been so helpful and insightful that I just don't want to give it up. And yeah, I've been working on a lot of things, and I do think that therapy has taught me that I do have a lot of regret in my life. I'd probably say like my biggest regret in life was my previous relationship. I just have so much regret, so much resentment. I think that's also another reason why I really want to make sure I'm doing everything for me, because for so long I didn't do anything for me because I was doing something for someone else. And I think it's kind of bled in a little bit into my dating life. Like, I just want to make sure that the person I'm dating, they're not just dating me because they think I'll make a great wife or a great mother or a great this, because I know I would be an amazing mother and an amazing wife. But, you know, like, it is 2026. You don't need to get married. You don't need to have kids. Like, those are very like old traditional standards that we had back in the day because you couldn't really go through life without having them. But now I'm in a position where it's like, I want to meet a person who loves me for me and therefore we get married and we have kids because we love each other and we want to continue our lives with each other. That's how I'm seeing it. And I think the men that I've been dating recently, they have like a checklist and they're like, I want a wife, I want a woman that cooks me, I want a woman that wants to have my children, and like, you know, and that's great that they have a checklist. It's really cute. But, you know, like, I obviously have a checklist too. And at the end of the day, it's cool to have these checklists, but if you don't love that person for them and you're just loving them because they'll make a perfect wife or a perfect in-house chef, it's not gonna work. Like, you need to marry your best friend. You need to marry the person you want to be with for the rest of your life, not someone who's ticking off a box. Like, let's be so for real. Because I have so much regret and so much resentment from my previous relationship, I'm like, going forward, I really want to make sure that I'm finding the right person for me, and not just, do they have all of these qualities? Also, are they someone that I want to spend the rest of my life with? So yeah, been working through that, but obviously I'm still seeing my therapist about a lot of those things, and I have been working on them. So yeah, a lot of the things that I've done for myself that you can probably see, like the reason why I've changed so much is because I'm sort of unscrewing and undoing that resentment and regret, because at the end of the day, like, there's nothing I can do about the past, but I can do something about the present. And every day I'm making conscious efforts to choose myself over other things. And that brings me on to the exciting news that I'm going to share. Oh my gosh, I need like a little like moment for this. So yeah, I've been keeping this a little secret from you guys, but yeah, I am going to South Africa. It kind of all came about really randomly. So I think it was was it last year? Yeah, it was last year. It was like kind of just after the British and Irish Lions tour, and like my sister went back home to Scotland. She was saying like how she wanted like a bit of a holiday and somewhere kind of a bit more sunny. And Sione was looking at his calendar, and Sione realized that he had a game in Cape Town, which is where my parents are from. For those that don't know, my background is South African, so both my parents are from Cape Town, South Africa. Yeah, I've been to South Africa multiple times. I also have a whole vlog on the last trip that I did to South Africa. So the last time I went was like 2022. And I went with my whole family because my cousin was getting married. So that was fun and exciting. So yeah, I still have that vlog up on my channel if you want to watch that vlog. I actually love that vlog. I don't know, it was just something cute about like being with my cousins and my family and being in South Africa. Like it was just such a nice time and I loved it. So yeah, so Sione discovered that he had a game in Cape Town. I'm pretty sure it's against the Stormers. I mean, who else would it be? Of course he's playing against the Stormers. Like, well, what other rugby team is from Cape Town? So yeah, he has a game against the Stormers. We don't know if he's actually going to be playing that game, but I guess we'll see. Either way, we'll probably go to the game even if Sione doesn't play or not. Sione suggested to my sister that since he has a game in Cape Town, that she should go to Cape Town with TJ, and then that way she can like get some sun and like a bit of a holiday, because it's still quite warm in Cape Town, even though Cape Town's weather is exactly the same as Melbourne. Like basically South Africa's weather is the exact same as Australia. But so even though it's autumn there as well for South Africa, it's still a bit warmer than what the weather is in Scotland. So he was like, if you want to get some sun and like go for a little holiday, like you should go. And then that way she can take TJ and the rest of my family can also meet TJ. So all of my dad's side of the family still lives in South Africa. And they've obviously never met TJ. So my sister took that opportunity and she was just like, thank you, Sione, let me go. So yeah, so my sister said that she was planning on doing that and hopefully spending 3 weeks in South Africa. And then naturally we were all just like, you know what, we're coming with you. So me, my mum and my dad decided to just book our flights, book an Airbnb, and yeah, head over to South Africa and see Lara and TJ and the rest of our family. So it's going to be a nice little family trip, and also see Sione, hopefully. So yeah, it'll be really nice to like catch up with her, TJ, and the rest of my family, because yeah, again, I haven't been to South Africa since 2022, and it'll be so nice to see my cousins again. One of my cousins, she's the cousin that actually got married, she already has a daughter, so it'll be my first time seeing her. And yeah, it's just gonna be a really nice family trip, and I'm so excited to vlog it because obviously I've got to do something for the YouTube girlies. So yeah, I'm gonna be vlogging it, and yeah, it's just nice. I haven't had a holiday in a very long time, so the last trip that I did, I think, was probably Scotland back in 2024, and oh my gosh, like I even watched my Scotland vlog the other day. Oh my gosh, like I did not realize it at the time, but I was going through it. Like that was like fresh, like breakup Dakota, like, and I'm so grateful that I did go to Scotland that time because it really gave me a reset and like allowed me to heal in a different country. But yeah, I feel like in a weird way, I didn't get to really enjoy that trip because I was so heartbroken. Whereas I feel like this is gonna be like my first overseas trip that I can really enjoy and have fun and just, you know, kind of explore and vlog. And so yeah, I'm really excited to go on this holiday. I am slowly prepping for it. So yeah, like even now I'm making sure that I have everything. I like bought myself a whole new wardrobe. You probably noticed it in my last couple of videos that I always looked like I was like prepping for something, and yeah, lo and behold, I was prepping for this trip. So I really wanted to make sure I had everything organized and set out, and you will see it in my next couple of vlogs. Like I'm going to be obviously prepping for the trip. But yeah, I'm so excited. So we're going to be staying in Cape Town for 3 weeks. But yeah, that is the exciting news that's coming up really soon. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys like a little sit down chit chat, get you guys up to speed with like what I'm doing. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!